Welcome on in to Kate Field for this 4A matinee matchup between the Park City Miners and the Timpanogos Timberwolves. Blake O'Ruin alongside Stockton Jukes, Devin Dixon slapping the keys, producing for us here today. Polly Ratliff will be on camera. Stockton, this is going to be a fun one between a couple of teams that are on some hot streaks. Timpanogos obviously coming off of that 5A state championship last year, dropping back down to 4A. As for Park City, they have won 10 of their last 11 and have been firing on all cylinders at the perfect time.
Yeah, Park City's looking really good, 28 overall, 12-3 in region, but across from them, Timpanogos went 12-0 in their region, 21-6 overall. Really, really tough baseball team to beat, and we're going to see probably a really good matchup out here. Potential for some high offense, but potential for a pitcher's duel here as well. I don't think we're going to see one team really run away with anything here.
Yeah, Park City notched their 19th and 20th win of the season on Friday night, and now they head into this first Monday of playoffs here. Games all week here on KSLSports.com. Pulling out those Team D auto sales, keys to the game. Stockton, obviously some big things for Park City is to make sure that they are taking care of business in terms of run support, hitting those extra base hits. As for Timpanogos, they've got to make sure that they can stay hot right here in their biggest spot of the season.
Yeah, T-Wolves need to keep that momentum going. Obviously, 12 straight through region play, and then a really successful early part to regionals and super regionals for the T-Wolves. But, they are going to need to keep that momentum going. Things change when you come to a different field. You're in the tournament. It's going to be high pressure out there.
Starting lineups for you presented by House of Jump, and we are underway. Griffin Rogers, the man up to bat. Pitching for the Timberwolves is going to be Chase Riggs. Riggs, the senior, 11 appearances, a 9-1 record headed into today, as Rogers will find that one just on the outside of the chalk.
Yeah, .98 ERA for Riggs is insane. That's where that run support key comes in for Park City, is you've got to be able to put up some runs against a pitcher that's averaging less than 1 run per appearance.
Riggs finds that one on the outside. 226 batters faced coming into today.
Strikeout to walk ratio is 57-10 as well. That's a really great number.
That one is clipped, but finds its way to the outside. That'll be second strike for the Miners. Griffin Rogers averaging 459 at the plate as he swings another one and stays.
It'd definitely being defensive early on here. Trying to swing at a couple pitches, 50-50 pitches, but you don't want to get rung up on the first at-bat of the game. You want to take as much of this at-bat into your own hands as you can.
That one is dropped just to the inside of the field. Not going to be able to get to the plate. That'll be first out. A valiant run by Griffin Rogers, unable to get on base, however.
Yeah, good 4-3 there, right off the handle again. You could see he was pounding them inside on that at-bat. That's what the defensive swings are coming off of, trying to get that ball away from the body. But really good defense back behind the pitcher there. You can see that's going to add to his confidence as we go through this first inning.
Justin Mikolas up to the plate. 39 hits on the season. He leads this Park City Miners team in terms of hits. As that one chops, and it looks like it's going to be another quick out in favor of the Timberwolves. 2 outs, no one on base. And right now, the scintillating pitching by Chase Riggs.
Yeah, really just sticking inside on the hands there. That's where you get those 2 weak ground balls from, is off that inside handle of the bat. You can't get any pop out of the thinnest part of the bat.
Riggs sends that one down. It'll be ball 1. 2 outs. Is that one actually a quick error? Finds its way for the Miners to get on base. That is Jacob DeVries.
Tough one there for Tate out at third for Timpanogos. It was a really easy ground ball. It just smacked him right in the palm of the glove, and he didn't trap it in there. Had to fumble for that one in the dirt. Gave enough time to get to first.
Ashton Gurney looking to capitalize on that one. Averaging .411 coming into today. 30 hits on the season. Big swing, bats down into the dirt. That'll be a foul ball.
Oh and 1 here with 2 outs. Park City's swinging aggressively in these first couple at-bats, but the pitching has been really dialed in. It's really hard, again, to get that bat to the ball when it's so far inside. You got to start your swing really early.
Riggs get a strike. That's number 2 with 2 outs.
It's a great pitch to go to after you've been pounding the inside like we've been saying. Start that one inside the plate. It's going to break all the way across the zone, clip the zone on its way over.
Ashton Gurney swings, misses, and that will flip sides with that one. The Timberwolves will get this chance to strike first blood as we close out the top of the first. We'll take a quick break, step aside, and hear from a couple of our sponsors right here on KSLSports.com.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Red Ledge's Dermatology and Med Spa, specializing in general and cosmetic dermatology, treating acne, rashes, warts, and more. They even do cancer screenings and offer a free chemical pill with your first appointment. So if you need dermatology, think Red Ledge's Dermatology, located just off Snow Canyon Parkway, St. George.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks Ace stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Back inside Kate Field. Timberwolves keep the Miners at bay, and with that, it is going to be Caden Harding up to bat for Timpanogos.
Real good start for Riggs on the bump. 4 batters faced. Only gave up a base runner because of an error. Now drilled out to left. What a play.
Wow! Do you
he dropped
believe
it? He dropped it. Came off on the turf. It was under his body.
Let's take a quick look at that. Stockton, if you could break this down for us. We got a little bit of a funky monitor, but we'll play through it.
Yeah, it was a great hit. Really good contact there to open up the at-bat, and really shallow blooper. They were playing pretty deep out there in left. He still is. He's going even further back towards that fence out in left center. Left a lot of open space in front of him and just could not get under it.
Jacob DeVries, the man on the mound for the Park City Miners to kick things off. 41 innings pitched this season, his 11th appearance of the season, as that one is rattled, bobbled in the hands of Park City. No movement on base.
Center fielder Luke Livingston up at the plate for these T-Wolves, hitting .419 on the season through 104 plate appearances. So not a fluke there. It's a high number on purpose.
Beautiful shot, caught right inside. And with that, one out.
They doubled him off at first, too.
They did double him off. I apologize.
Wow. Two really, really good hits there by Timpanogos to start off the bottom of the first, just hitting him into occupied spaces on the field. Got away with the first one, the second one right to the second baseman, and a great job to set those feet quickly. He did not have a lot of time to get that throw over.
Stretches, makes that. And some stout defense by the Miners early, Stockton.
Shout out to Michaelis, too, over there at first base. First basemen don't get enough love for that stretch.
Stockton Jukes, spoken like a true first baseman. 13 years of baseball underneath the resume of you. Great to have you with us.
It's fun. I love this sport. It's been a long time since I was out there. It's been a long time since I was in high school. But, it's just a great day to be out here at the Diamond. Don't love the turf field, but I'll let it go. It's nice weather.
That one flies way out, going to actually find its way onto the highway. That's Brighton Tate. Tate, a .418 batting average. A couple of home runs as well as he continues to swing wide. Bangor Highway is going to have a couple of baseballs just floating along.
It's the busy part of the day, too. It's like a lunch break for most people, so hopefully you have safe light on speed dial.
That pitch falls into the dirt for Jacob DeVries. That one pops out to far right. Can he get to it? He won't. And now making his way around from second, going to third. And with that, Brighton Tate finds himself with a triple. That's his 9th of the year. We got the replay right here. Stockton, take it away.
Yeah, just a lot of speed out of the box there. You could see as he turned first, the helmet comes flying off. That pretty much means that you've got wheels. Made it all the way to third because the ball getting into the infield took a little bit of time. Might have gotten tangled up on the warning track out there. I didn't quite see what the right fielder was up to, but a great hit just shy of that 339 marker at the right foul pole. And now 2 outs and a man on third for Timpanogos.
Colin Morgan up to bat. Pitches inside. Ball 1. Colin Morgan, 31 hits on the year. As that one makes a collision. Got the replay. DeVries coming into today has hit 5 batters. That one right on the dome. Colin Morgan seems to have his wits back about him. Big swing. Whole lot of air for Morgan.
Great pitch, too, and you can get a ball past a bat with that kind of bat speed.
DeVries
way up there.
Sends that one down the middle into center, and with that, we are closing credits on the first inning. No scores through the first couple of possessions. With that, we will take a quick break and be back on the other side of this one right here on KSLSports.com.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hey, Region 9 sports fans. This is Matt Hickman with Academy Mortgage, a proud sponsor of Region 9 football. I would be honored to help you with your next mortgage, whether it's purchasing a home, building, or refinancing. Hey, I'm wide open. Let's connect for a touch.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
Welcome to the Boulevard Home Game of the Week.
Welcome back inside. Lars Entz, the man at the plate. Chase Riggs back up on the mound, engineering the defense. First pitch is a strike. Entz gets contact, but falls to the wayside right behind us. Lars Entz, 25 hits coming into today. Bats .325. He'll swing at that one, find it just inside, but it's met by that first baseman, and that'll be a first out for the Miners.
Really aggressive swinging coming from just about everyone in this ballpark so far, but you've really got to ease up a little bit. Some of these pitches don't look like they're all going to be strikes, and a lot of the reason that you're getting these quick outs is because these batters are swinging at just about everything. So sit back a little bit here and maybe change the pace of the game as that one's outside for a ball.
Colton Schmidt, the junior. Might also see him on the mound at some point this weekend. One of their primary pitchers is that one. Falls way outside. 1-1 the count, 1 out, no players on base. Righty versus righty as that one schemes the inside.
One of the advantages, too, to being aggressive early in the count is you could catch a pitch that just gets left over the plate, but that one swung on and missed for strike 2. You can see that's not really the case here with either of these pitchers so far, and especially for Riggs for Timpanogos. The ERA, the 9-1 record, the numbers prove that he's going to hit his spots.
57 strikeouts this season for him coming into today as he'll
58.
just get another one right there. 2 outs for Park City, as it will now be Royal Matthews making his way up to plate. Check out the replay. And what makes him bite on that, you think, Jack?
Well, it's that movement that you have with the inside and then going to the outside. He's moving the batter's eyes back and forth as that's going to finish the inning.
Quick turn of events. Timpanogos back on the plate on the other side of this one right here at KSLSports.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Welcome to the Boulevard Home Game of the Week on the Fans Sports Network.
Welcome back inside to the 4A Baseball State Championships presented by UCCU Credit Union. Love where you bank. Not a whole lot of offense thus far. Bottom of the second as that one slides right past Jackson Sotelo.
You asked me right before the break what you think is getting these batters off just a little bit. It's the velocity, too, of the pitching. They don't have anything timed up yet. The sequencing's been good as well, which keeps you in between that fastball and then your off-speed pitches. It looks like they're a little late on the fastball, a little early on everything else. So just keep that sequencing good, and you'll have them right in the middle where you want them.
Sotelo doesn't bite. That'll be the first ball. 1-2 the count.
Louder contact for Timp so far for sure.
That one finds its way to the outside of the chalk. It'll be 2-2. And with that, we've got a full count, no outs, no one on base. Again, Jackson Sotelo, the junior, at the plate as he'll swing at that one, and it's caught by the shortstop. Do you believe it?
Oh,
the
my.
Acrobatic stretch. We've seen a couple of those already. That one, much more successful.
That was filthy. Big tip of the hat to Keller Hill here as you take another look. Lined right over his head, leaping grab. That's a lot harder to do than he made it look.
Reeled in, and now one out as that one caught up by DeVries. And with that, 2 quick outs at the bottom of the second.
Loud contact for Timp in the bottom of the first. Just couldn't find any empty spots on the field. And now, same thing again. Hard liner to the shortstop, snagged out of the air, and then a comebacker. Pretty easy defensive play.
Tyler Hunter, a big swing and a miss, averaging .329 coming into today. .23 runs in totality for the senior as he'll chop that one just inside. Won't get it in enough time, and with that, we flip sides once again.
Yeah, really good defensive play again, just generating ground balls, generating balls in the infield. Nice play by the shortstop. That's 2 for him this inning, and we are rolling through the first couple.
More to come on the other side of this one, live on KSLSports.com, presented by UCCU Credit Union.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegber from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the quarter field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee, anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Top of the third at Kate Field, live from Salt Lake Community College. Blake O'Ruin alongside Stockton Jukes for this one. Stockton, we are absolutely flying through this game. Top of the third, held up by the defense on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and Timpanogos has been making good contact. Park City's hit a couple balls as well, just not really as hard. Defense has just been holding strong today.
Keller Hill's first appearance of the day finds a fly shot. It is not made. And with that, he's going to get on base, his 14th hit of the season. That one looked like it might have gotten caught, wasn't able to do. And with that, we go over to our Red Rock replay.
Yeah, it's. I'm kind of confused with how deep the outfields are playing early in this one because this is a JUCO ballpark, but not a lot of these guys are going to have the power to hit it out that far, and we've seen it with just about every ball now. The two that have been flown out to the outfield drop a little shy of the outfielder, so maybe make the adjustment in a couple steps.
Little wind in the sails now. Tage McKinley, the sophomore. Before any of that, Chase Riggs will check at 1. With that, we come back to the plate. Tage McKinley averaging .407 this season. Thought about the bunt. Decides not to take it. It'll be ball 1. Sophomore Tage McKinley also doing a lot on the pitching side of things, a 2.33 ERA.
A lot of young talent across Utah baseball for sure. There's another laydown.
McKinley won't get there.
Oh, man. They're going to call him safe. They're going to say the first baseman came off the bag there. I don't know. We're going to have to look at a replay here if we've got one. Take a look. It's that foot. He had to stretch out as the throw came in wide from the catcher. You see this catcher signals inside there for the pitcher. Pitcher throws left. Ooh, I thought that toe stayed on, but we're not down there, so I'll go with the umpire. Timpanogos coach, though, agrees with me strongly. He's out there on the third baseline having a word with our umpiring crew.
We get a quick protest from Kim Nelson, his 28th season. Today is his 636th game. Certainly a legend amongst Utah baseball, like you were talking about. Speaking a little bit about age, I did want to bring this up. 11 seniors on this Timpanogos team. 55% of this team is not going to be returning next year. Last year, they ended up getting the 5A state championship. They're looking to do it again. They're going to call that he was safe. And Tage McKinley.
Yeah, so McKinley's going to stay out there on first. That's going to be an infield single, I would imagine. No, they're going to call that an error, throwing error on the pitcher.
Quick replay presented by Red Rock Real Estate. Again, Stockton, if you could just break this down a little bit. We see the bunt.
Yep, so you see there his foot, left foot on the bag. That's tough, especially for a first baseman that throws right-handed as well. You can see that glove on his left hand. Bunt shown again as he's trying to crash, but he had to switch his positioning there, and the glove was further away from the ball than it needed to be. Still kept the foot on, though, and it's rare that we see a call overturned like that in high school. We don't have instant replay, so a good break there for Park City.
Griffin Rogers back up, his second at-bat of the day, top of the third. One on base at first. Ball 1, no strikes. Quick movement, but safe at second. Quick look back by Chase Riggs.
Interesting look there for that middle infield. You had the shortstop sprinting away from the bag, trying to fool the runner into safety. That throw behind for the second baseman, just not quite in time, but he did get caught there for about half a second. I wouldn't be surprised if they try that again today.
Rogers will bunt. It's stopped inside, and with that, there'll be a quick out for Timpanogos. Second out of the inning, or first out, I apologize.
Smart defense for Timp there. Probably didn't have time to get to at any base, so you take the lead runner, keep those runners as far away from home as you can.
Justin McAllis back up. Leads this team in home runs with 3 on the season. Riggs looks back, decides to go for it. It's picked up by the shortstop. The play is a double, and with that, we will conclude the top of the third. Still no score through 2.5. Bottom of the third on the other side of this one at KSLSports.com.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
Don't miss our big anniversary sale at Patio Furniture. We're offering the biggest savings of the year. From umbrellas to sofa set to accessories, don't miss out on our anniversary sale from February 15th through the 24th. Visit our new showroom today.
Back inside at Salt Lake Community College, Blake O'Ruin alongside Stockton Jukes. And Stockton, we just surpassed the 30-minute point. We're already at the bottom of the third. I mean, we're just flying through this game thus far.
This is how high school baseball goes. You either have hour-and-a-half games or 3.5-hour games, rarely in between, but it's either a defensive showdown or it's just a shot-for-shot offensive blowout, and we're getting the former today.
Cade McCann up to the plate. 226 batting average for the sophomore, one of the younger players on this Timberwolves squad.
Really good work for DeVries out there on the mound so far.
That one bounces, finds its way outside.
Allowed a couple base runners in that first inning, had a triple with 2 outs that he gave up, but then a quick 1-2-3 second, just finding his footing. And that's what I was talking about earlier in that first inning. If you get some help from your defense behind you, it gives you the confidence to throw some more pitches and leave the ball in the zone sometimes.
3 total hits. Could this be 4? He's going to be safe, called by the umpire. Stockton, your thoughts on that?
I don't think that's good first basemanship at all. He came off the bag too early. Probably could have stretched out for that one, had a little more time than he thought. And you'll see here off this ground ball as it's coming through, it kicks off the mound right to the shortstop, gave him plenty of time to make that throw. And the throw is good as well. Just the first baseman came off the bag early trying to reach for that ball. Instead of stretching out, tried to spin back and tag and did not make the tag.
The bunt finds its way outside. Cooper Richards up to bat.
So they are going to make that an error. I don't know if that's going to go against the shortstop or the first baseman. I think technically it is supposed to go against the shortstop, but that's one of those tough ones.
Richards, another one of those seniors on this battle-tested squad, as DeVries checks back at first. Richards doesn't go for the bunt, but McCann finds himself safe still at 1.
Ball and a strike here, runner on first. Oh, that's interesting. They're going to let them use the on-turf on-deck circles. They were making them swing from the warning track not too long ago. Interesting shift.
Another ball found behind the plate. That'll be 1-2 the count for Richards. DeVries, the biggest game thus far of the season, and he's passing it with flying colors. Certainly the underdogs coming into today, but you wouldn't think that looking at the scoreboard.
No, absolutely not. And the records don't have them that far apart either. It's literally a 1-win overall difference, 20-7 and 21-6, I believe, or 20-8 and 21-6. So one more game has been played for Park City.
Timpanogos going undefeated in region play, 12-0. Obviously, the number 1 seed coming out of Region 8. As for Region 10, where Park City resides, there's going to be a quick batter hit as Richards will advance, as well as McCann. Take a quick Red Rock real estate replay on this one. DeVries.
Yeah, got him on the hip there. Tried to stand up. I think his hip might have actually moved in when he tried to stand up a little bit, but that's baseball right there. You got to wear it if you can.
Caden Harding, the senior, back up to plate. Telegraphing the bunt. See if it sticks. It's going to find its way outside.
Almost a really good bunt, just spun its way out of play.
But like we were talking about, Park City 12-3 in Region 10. They were the number 1 seed there. 8th season for head coach David Fiesler. 62% win percentage dating back to 2016. His 201st game today, Friday. He had back-to-backs in which their back was against the wall, able to get the win over Pineview. And with that, they find themselves notched up against the 5A state champs, moving their way down. See a little bit of frustration on the side of Harding as that one falls foul.
Yeah, he's probably been thinking about that first inning ever since he got thrown out. He got doubled off on that liner to second, took a pretty healthy secondary, and the ball it literally was hit directly into the glove of the Park City second baseman. So he's wanting to get back on base here and do some damage. Has a runner in scoring position as well.
Runners on second and first. Harding.
Oh, there she goes.
Could that be number 2 of the
Nope.
season? It won't. It's going to go straight into center field. And with that, there will be another out. Caden Harding finding his way back to the dugout. The replay, it looked for a second like this had the height, but it just didn't have the distance.
It definitely had the height, but yeah, not the distance. That's what a big part of this weekend's tournament is going to be. It's just not quite college-level power to get over that fence. We might see a couple here and there, but it's going to be rare. Didn't have any in our first game. Haven't had any yet in the second.
339, the shortest distance to go yard. As for where they were out, it was closer to the 380 to 400 territory. Unable to get it north of the posts. With that, Luke Livingston finds it into left field. Doesn't go, but can the runner make its way? And with that, we will see the first score of the day. It'll be Cash McCann, I apologize. His 13th run of the season. Timberwolves up 1, and you got to think that that was the thing that needed to shake off the cobwebs and get the momentum going for him, Stockton.
Absolutely. That sac fly is huge. Great piece of hitting there from Livingston, getting it deep enough. Not going to hurt the batting average, going to help the scoreboard.
An errant pass. Finds an advancement for Cooper Richards. He now moves to second.
Wild pitch there. You can see just yanked it down into the dirt.
Brighton Tate back up to bat. Tate, a .418 batting average, one of the most accurate offensive players on this Timberwolves team, as he is out at first. And with that, only 1 run conceded through 3 innings. We will be back on the other side of this one at KSLSports.com. Top of the 4th coming in 90 seconds.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Hi, I'm Jermaine Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Stop in and see what's new at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, a proud sponsor of Region 10 Athletics.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
1-0 the score to kick off the top of the fourth inning. Blake O'Rulian alongside Stockton Jukes, our man Devin Dixon producing this one. Paulie Ratliff manning the camera out by third base as that pitch finds its way inside. Park City, Timpanogos, winner of this one, will face Snow Canyon, who just got the 3-2 win about an hour ago. Looked really solid, high IQ from that team to get a win that was... It wasn't an offensive onslaught by any means. It was a very high IQ paced game throughout the entirety of those 7 innings.
Sharp foul ball there. DeVries at the plate, pitcher on pitcher action here. DeVries just gave up a run there in that previous half inning, but it's not going to be an earned run. It was the runner that reached on an error.
DeVries swings at that one. It'll go foul. 2-2 the count. Swinging for everything, just not on the right part of the bat on that one, it looked like, Stockton. That one finds its way, a perfectly placed shot, and that's going to put the Miners on base. Jacob DeVries.
Great hit there from DeVries. You said wrong part of the bat in that pitch before. Found the right part of the bat there, and that's what you have to do with those inside pitches. Maybe the adjustment's being made now for Park City against Riggs, but you've got to get that bat going earlier, pull those hands through, and get the barrel of the bat to the ball early, up in front of the plate. Pull that to the pole side like you did there.
Ashton Gurney back up on that right side of the plate.
Ouch.
That one's going to be called a foul.
Fouled that off his guard foot there. Spun back into the dirt, kicked off the shin.
0-1 the count. Timberwolves scored in the previous inning. Strong defense, strong fielding by both sides through 3 innings. As Riggs will check at 1.
Ooh, really good take.
Ashton Gurney wanted that one, just didn't pull the trigger in time. But it looked like that could have been a really clean shot. It was right down the middle. That one does find its way. It will miss the shortstop. And with that, 2 Park City Miners on base, no outs. Whole different tenor from the Miners coming into this one.
Another great piece of hitting. You can see that one slicing its way away from the shortstop as it goes through the middle of the field. You don't have to get all the ball sometimes. You just have to find a hole. Now a really good spot for Park City to respond. And it looks like we might have a timeout called by the Miners over here. They want to do something special on offense.
Speaking a little bit about the Park City Miners, 20-8 this season, but they're 9-3 in neutral territory. Obviously, during this entire week, they'll be on neutral territory. They're not used to playing up in the Wasatch back. They're not necessarily playing a ton of away games either. They're more so used to these places where it's not either of any in terms of momentum.
Yeah, it's, again, when you come to a new venue like this and you know that it's the state tournament, we're going to have a state champion on Saturday. It starts today. That's a new level of pressure you haven't felt all season, especially for teams that are, older, like we mentioned with Timpanogos. 55% of their roster is the senior class. It's their last chance. They want to do it here, so you've got to really work on the mental fortitude of this week. It's going to get exhausting. It's going to be a long week. A couple of these teams, like Timpanogos, will be able to go home between games and sleep in their own beds, but a lot of the teams up here from southern Utah specifically are not going to be able to travel to and from these first couple days, so it's going to take a lot of physical and mental resilience.
Riggs checking back. Thought about it. As all Park City finds their way back to their bases. Two more games still to come later on today. Bear River versus Desert Hills, as well as Dixie versus Ridgeline right here on KSLSports.com, presented by UCCU Credit Union. Love where you bank. Riggs the pitch, the foul ball.
I'm excited to see what Ridgeline and Bear River bring to this tournament. Region 11, my area of expertise here in high school sports. Been able to watch both those teams a little bit this season. Bear River just really good in and out, year in, year out. On softball as well, they are just dominant. Ridgeline softball is number 1 in the state right now as well, so that's a really good diamond sports school. Should be a lot of fun, those two games.
0-1 the count. Entz misses all of that one. A beautiful pitch by Chase Riggs.
Riggs got 2 strikeouts already. A third right here would go a long way. Then a double play would get you out of this inning.
Still no outs on the board. 2 on base. 1 at first, 1 at second. It'll be first ball for Entz.
Almost looked like he never brought that bat up off his shoulder, but it's a good bet on 0-2, especially in high school, that you're not going to get a pitch in the zone.
Entz, 8 doubles specifically on the season, 25 total hits, also 18 RBIs, looking to bring 2 more in, as that one is called ball. It'll be 2-2 the count, no outs once again, as we take a look at this Red Rock Real Estate replay.
A little bit of a tougher pitch to take there on that outside edge, especially with 2 strikes against you, but I think you've got to start making that adjustment towards patience if you're Park City, try and get Riggs' pitch count up.
Entz will swing at that one. The ball is caught, and with that, we get our first out. A stretching grab out in left field. And with that, let's take it over to this Red Rock replay.
Just a little bit shallower here for the outfield. Gives him enough time to run this ball down. Great opposite field hit there. Really good, solid sounding contact, but a great dive. Just getting that glove up in the air just enough.
Colton Schmidt, the junior, back up at bat. .25 hits on the season as he'll swing at that one. Doesn't meet much. But averaging a hit every third time at the plate, his second today. Five total hits through today as the ball is bobbled in the hands of the catcher.
Good block, though, by Harding. Saw Harding Just kind of talking to himself right before this game down in that third base side restroom. He was just looking in the mirror, locked in, really looked focused. And you can see in his body language here that he's seeing the ball really well out of his pitcher's hand and able to get to those unsavory pitches.
That one is found at second. To first we go, and with that, the double play is going to move us to the bottom of the fourth. No runs scored for Park City as Timpanogos looks to capitalize on the other side of this one. It looked like there was possibly going to be a run at home, but to no avail. We will step aside. You're watching the 4A Baseball State Championships live on KSLSports.com.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
What's up, sports fans? It's Blair Fry with the Fry team at Red Rock Real Estate. Let's be honest. You know what's addicting? Football. You know what else is addicting? Looking for homes or investment properties. Let the Fry team at Red Rock Real Estate coach you through your real estate addictions.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home because home is who we are.
Timpanogos 1, Park City 0 as we lead into the bottom of the fourth. Blake O'Ruin alongside Stockton Jukes. And Stockton, right now it seems like the opportunity for the Timberwolves to really open this game up. Thus far, Park City staying in it on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it was a good bottom of the third for Timpanogos and an even better top of the fourth, especially after the way that inning started with a couple base hits, keeping those runners on the base path, and that double play to the 4-6-3 right at the end of that inning. Huge momentum builder, so if they can get their bat to the ball in this inning, starting with the cleanup hitter, it's going to be a good inning.
That one is met by the shortstop. It'll go over to first base and out for Colin Morgan, unable to get onto the plate. Jacob DeVries coming into today with a 3.41 ERA, a win-loss record of 4-3. But so far, all systems go for the junior as he does throw a ball there. Jackson Sotelo back up at base.
Sotelo, another one of those T-Wolves that had a good, loud piece of contact in his first at-bat, but hit it directly to the shortstop. That one skips off the glove for ball 2.
Two won the count, 1 out. No blue jerseys on base as that one is ripped straight down the center. It sinks and it falls into the center field's glove. Another out for Timpanogos, their second.
That's one you just want to rip your helmet off and drop kick it as far as you can. You hit that ball so well, but it was right at the center fielder. Took 5 drop steps, and he was right there.
Dylan McWhorter back up to bat. He'll scoot his way away from that pitch. .299 batting average for the senior as he will make his way over to first base with that one. Second batter hit by DeVries coming into today.
Yeah, just ran that ball inside on him, and DeVries struggling with his control a little bit earlier on than Riggs is for sure. So we'll see what he decides to do here as far as pitch location is concerned. They're actually going to have a mound visit. And it looks like one of the assistant coaches is going to be coming out for the Miners. They've got action in the bullpen out there, just one up and throwing, but it doesn't look like they're going to make the move yet.
Your thoughts on what that conversation is with that scrum going on right now? Obviously, a couple of wild pitches throughout the day thus far, but still pitching a relatively good game given that it's a score of 0-1.
Yeah, it hasn't been a bad day by any means for DeVries, and it's just been a little bit frustrating. It was the error that cost him that run in that last inning, not even an earned run. So has been pitching a really good game, but after a frustrating end to what could have been a really good offensive inning, a frustrating end to what looked like a decent defensive inning, just kind of losing the control a little bit, maybe starting to feel some mental fatigue here, maybe some physical as well. We don't really get a whole lot of sun and warmth in spring in Utah. So this kind of heat, this kind of sun exposure is different than what a lot of these guys are used to for the season. Throw down to second, bounces, it's going to be late.
McWhorter with his 6th stolen base of the day. I was just about to say, he is one that likes to make his way over to that second base. We see the steal. Pitch is outside, and with that, slides his way to second. As Tyler Hunter stays at the plate.
Oh, I think they got him.
McWhorter.
Oh, man. Tag came down on the hand. You could see the sliding mitts on his right hand. I think he got the tag down just before the tip of that glove hit the bag, but the umpire called him safe in there, seeing that hand get in front of the glove. And a lot of times that's what it comes down to, is the direction the umpire is looking at the play from.
Razor close as McWhorter makes his way back to a reasonable distance. Tyler Hunter looking for his 26th hit of the season at present. 1-0 the count, 2 outs for Timpanogos, bottom of the 4th. It's that one nearing the feet of Hunter. 2-0 the count.
2 down here, so you've got to find a gap. But if you do, enough speed on second to get home for sure.
Hunter, a massive swing, going to fall right onto the roof of the concession stand just to our left, as it'll be 2-1. Got everything in that one, just didn't go in the right direction.
Yep, it's been a common theme today. It's either a great hit directly at someone in the field or just off the end or the side of the bat out of play. We've only had one pop-up into foul territory today. It was in that first game, but I think 9 or 10 balls left the field of play.
Still at just 5 total hits on the day. Some batters hit to get some advancement on the plates, but not a whole lot of offensive action from either of these teams.
Then Park City's actually had the better bats with the 3 hits compared to Timpanogos' 2. It's been errors that have them behind on the scoreboard.
0s through 4 innings for the Miners. Timpanogos again scored in that 3rd inning, as Hunter won't swing at that. Full count, 2 outs.
The other interesting part about the error conversation, Timpanogos has 2 errors to Park City's 1, but that double play specifically in that 3rd inning really helped get them out of trouble.
Some movement behind the pitcher's mound. Gloved by the 3rd baseman, and with that, we will move to the top of the 5th. Score stays the same through 4 innings, 0-1 in favor of the Timberwolves. You are watching 4A Baseball on KSLSports.com, presented by the UCCU Credit Union. Love where you bank, back in 90 seconds.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Guest Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, junk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee, anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
Don't miss our big anniversary sale at Patio Furniture. We're offering the biggest savings of the year. From umbrellas to sofa set to accessories, don't miss out on our anniversary sale from February 15th through the 24th. Visit our new showroom today.
Back inside. Miners to bat. Timberwolves to pitch. That one called a ball. Lars Entz back up. He'll rip that one into the right field, but straight into the inside, and with that, first out in favor of Timpanogos.
Really good play there, and this is, again, the aggression for Park City at the plate is not working in their favor through 4 1/3 now. I would love to see an adjustment towards patience. He wanted to swing there, checked himself, and no swing.
Keller Hill, the man at the plate. Shot rides high, and with that, it's 2-0. Another ball, that will be number 3. No strikes, 1 out, no man on base. Keller Hill being a little bit more patient now.
Yeah, and on 3-0, you're never going to swing. Never, never, never. Not in high school. Nobody gets paid enough money in high school to swing at a 3-0 pitch.
With that one, an advancement for Keller Hill. He'll move to first. And back up to bat is Tage McKinley. Again, the sophomore. Been finding some success through these first 4 1/3, as you said earlier.
I believe that's the first free pass that Riggs has issued today. He's hit a couple.
Pair of strikeouts for Riggs as well. But right now, strikes aren't coming as easily as this one. Deep towards McKinley.
A little shuffle there, getting that foot out of the way. That's, one of those crazy things about that slider from a right-hander coming in towards a left-handed batter is it looks in the zone for so long that it almost hits you in the shin.
McKinley swings at that one, nearly gets over the safety net, able to be kept inside of Kate Field.
There's some dangerous unprotected seats down the foul lines on either side too. Just past the dugouts on either side, you might get something. You might get some dental work if you take your eye off the ball.
Riggs checks back at 1. No harm, no foul. Just some new renovations over the last 12 months or so. About $4 million is what I was told. But you are right. A lot of open spots to be hit by some baseballs on this afternoon.
Yeah, it's a really nice field out here in West Jordan at I think this is the Jordan campus of Salt Lake Community College because they've got that main one obviously in Salt Lake. But yeah, really beautiful field. I just wish some of those dollars would have went into an actual real infield.
1-2 the count. 1 out. 1 runner on first. Tage McKinley will foul that one off to the left side.
McKinley, 995 OPS on the season for these Miners, 407 batting average.
56 total pitches thus far for Chase Riggs on the mound. As that one is also fouled for McKinley.
Yeah, with all those balls that are going out of play, we've had a lot of visits to the home dugout for the umpire.
One, two the count. Pair of foul balls for the sophomore. Riggs will send that one down as McKinley finds another foul ball, 3 in a row. Keeps swinging at him, just not finding the right side of the field.
Yeah, he's close, but he's late. That's the timing for the batters that I've been talking about a little bit today, just in between those pitches. If he can square that up, it was going to probably find the outfield. Just can't get that bat around fast enough.
Riggs will check at first base. Hill able to make it in time.
It's been a really good bat, pretty much regardless of how it turns out now for Tage McKinley, because it's been a 1-2 count for like 5 pitches. Excellent take. Oh, goodness. I would have been halfway out of my shoes swinging at that pitch if that was me.
Straight down the pipe, but just too high. And with that, the count is 2-2. First change to the count in a little bit of time, actually. But as you mentioned, this is pitch number 60 as McKinley will keep Riggs on the mound.
That was the same pitch, too, and he swung at it. I think that he scared himself a little bit taking that last one.
And considering that 407 batting average, McKinley is going to continue to try to make contact. Not one to not go all in on it. 2-2 the count, 1 out. McKinley will pop that one up. Could have been a miscommunication, but the Timberwolves find themselves on the right side of that one, and that's the second out.
If you can hear them yelling at each other from up here, it means they're doing a good enough job. You basically got to scream at everyone if you're intending to make that play on the ball, because everyone's looking up. No one's looking at you. You got to tell them to get out of the way. And, again, the sequencing there playing a huge part in that out for Riggs, because he got him up in front of the ball on the off-speed pitch. He had to slow the bat down to meet the ball, and that's why he didn't get any power out of it.
Griffin Rogers back up. Another opportunity as he'll club that one, but it'll fall foul.
Definitely starting to slow down into these later innings a little bit, because things have started to get a little bit more loose in terms of pitch location. So the batters are getting a couple more opportunities. And these pitchers are starting to think a little harder about where they're throwing the ball.
That one is found over to the left.
About 6 feet foul. Just a touch late.
Griffin Rogers, 1 home run this season, almost went yard on that one, unable to stay in the balance. Also, Griffin Rogers, if he were to get on base, 17 stolen bases this season. He leads the team. Not one to be shy when others are up to bat. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. 1 runner on first. Rogers keen to that pitch as it slips its way inside. Rogers, go ahead.
I was just going to say I'm starting to feel for Hill a little bit over there on first. He's been standing there for a while.
Rogers sends another one, leaping left, as it's another foul ball. Yeah, between Rogers and McKinley, I mean,
that McKinley at bat was at least 12 pitches.
$10 pitches at minimum for Riggs between two batters, as Rogers will ground that one to the infield. Is he going to be safe? He won't. With that, we keep rounding round the bases. It's going to be a double for Rogers, and Hill is going to advance that position as well.
Oh,
let's take a quick look at the replay.
That's rough. You could see really clean field there, and then the second baseman just tried to whip that ball over to first, chunked it into the ground, just absolutely spiked that ball Rob Gronkowski style, and that's going to be an E4.
The error for Timpanogos now puts Park City in a prime position to score. Little scrum of blue jerseys on the mound. Your thoughts on what might be going on with Riggs at the current moment? 66 pitches in, as you mentioned, the landing zone a little bit different through these last couple of innings.
Yeah, he just looks like, similar to DeVries. He's starting to get a little tired, starting to get a little bit nervous. Hasn't been really threatened by any Park City runners today, because for as many runners as Park City has gotten on, I don't think hardly any of them, none of them have gotten past second base today. So runner on third for the first time now, runner on second right behind him, and a really big bat coming to the plate in Michaelis, who's got 3 home runs on the season. .453 batting average with a 1243 OPS. Tough spot to be in.
Michaelis 0 for 2 today. Won't swing at that one, as it's going to be a ball. But as mentioned earlier, tied with Griffin Rogers. Well, actually not anymore, considering Griffin Rogers did land that hit. But second now on the team in terms of hits, but looks to maybe equalize it as another dropped.
Ooh,
and with that, still finds its way over to first. Michaelis is out. And that is going to keep things at 0-1. And we will switch sides on the other side of this one. You're watching 4A Baseball on KSLSports.com, presented by UCCU.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Here at Custom Lighting Solutions, we provide the perfect answer to lighting your home and property.
No matter the occasion, you can trust our product to make your house fun and beautiful.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
As we currently just saw Park City get a little bit of momentum, but it sucked right away And now Cash McCann back up to the plate.
Yeah, Park City, their offensive innings have been much of the same for the last 3 in a row. You start to build some momentum, get runners in scoring position, and then leave them on base somehow or another.
Cash McCann, 0 for 1, currently on the day. DeVries, his 56th pitch, but that one far out right. Going to be safe at third. Cash McCann, his first triple of the season. Hit number 8. That one perfectly placed, ripped into right.
Great time to hit your first triple. But yeah, an excellent, excellent base hit there. And for the one part of the outfield that's not playing too deep is right field, because there's been 2 now that have been hit just over the right fielder's head for Timpanogos.
Cooper Richards up to bat.
It's their second triple of that style today as well.
Richards doesn't bite, but it'll be a strike either way. Another big swing leads to a second strike. For DeVries. McCann on third. As that one will fall behind us, foul.
Richards, one of the seniors on this Timpanogos team, struggled at the plate a little bit, hitting just barely over 200 as he swings and misses at that one way out of the zone.
Richards sends back to the dugout.
I think that's the first strikeout of the day for DeVries. Got him chasing.
Caden Harding up to bat. First pitch, a ball.
Harding opened the game with a single, then drilled one out to center in the 3rd inning that only had the center fielder moving about 5 feet. Really good pieces of contact in both of his plate appearances so far, but struggling to find open baseball field.
That one is thudded way up. Deep center left. It's going to be picked up. But now headed towards home plate. That's going to be a second run for the Timpanogos Timberwolves. McCann finds his way to home plate and now opens up the score. 2 runs to nothing.
Both runs for Timpanogos have come on sac flies today. As frustrating as it is when you make really good contact like that and just can't find an open part of the field or even just 5 degrees underneath the ball, that one's going to get called on the go-around for Livingston. But generating the sacrifice flies in a tight game like this, sometimes that's all it takes. You can hit the ball far enough, even if it is caught, you'll score.
DeVries starting to fall under the same category as Chase Riggs as we get deeper into this game. Pitches finding their way outside of the chalk a little bit more. That one darts past the infield into center. And with that, Luke Livingston gets on base. The wheel's starting to turn a little bit more for the number 3 seed.
DeVries almost picked that one up off the mound, too. It just took a bit of a low bounce off the turf, and that's, one of the things about turf versus an actual grass field is it's going to skim across the top of the turf a little bit quicker than it would on grass, which means it's not going to come up off the ground as hard.
Brighton Tate back up to bat. 1 for 2 on the day for the senior. averaging 418 currently. As he won't swing on that one, ball one. 67 total pitches for Jacob DeVries through 4.5 innings. So he'll check back at first base. Nothing going.
Tate had the other triple of the game today, also in that first inning. Timpanogos came out swinging hard in that first inning. Only reason that they didn't score runs in that inning was because of that double play off the line out.
Pitch is called a strike. 1-1 the count. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Got the replay up currently. So that one stings to the catcher.
Another check on the runner. It's not the MLB, so there's no new rule about how many times you can throw a pick off. There's the third one for this AB. Rule in the MLB, by the way, this year is now 2. You can only throw 2 pickoff attempts in one at-bat.
Luke Livingston already a stolen base today. 6 total on the season.
There he goes.
As he finds his way over, he'll slide in. The ball is loose, and he'll round over to third and put himself in scoring position once again for the Timberwolves. Luke Livingston making a living out there on the bases.
Stolen base there, and then an advancement on the error. That's yet another error against Park City today. 5th total of the game, which is crazy because we didn't have a single error in our first game of the day.
A couple lapses of judgment as we see a swing for all of it. It falls behind the press box. 1-2 the count for Tate. That ball skims to the inside. 2-2.
Royal Matthews was moving too quick for his body there. He was trying to whip that one down to third behind the runner and didn't catch the ball first.
That one is swung, will not make contact, and with that, the top of the 6th is right on the other side of this one. 4A State Championship Baseball on KSLSports.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture? Your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
2-0 the score here at Cape Field as Timpanogos is looking to capitalize and move towards that game against Snow Canyon tomorrow night at 4:30. Blake O'Ruling alongside Stockton Jukes. And Stockton, we saw Snow Canyon play a really, really solid game. Now that you've been calling this Timpanogos game, how do you see that matchup lining up tomorrow night potentially, whether it be them or Park City?
I think it's going to be interesting because Snow Canyon came out of the gate pretty hot. 2-run first inning, 1-run second inning. They ended up winning 3-2. So they jumped out to that lead early and then kind of sat back for the rest of the game. Timpanogos has been slowly warming up to this game, as that's the first out of the 6th inning. If they can meet Snow Canyon a little bit earlier in that game, or if those Warriors can stretch out their full game performance, then I think we're going to have a little bit more of a lopsided contest tomorrow, even though those would be the 2 and 3 seeds respectfully.
Ashton Gurney back up 1 for 2 on the day. Doesn't bite on that one.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me in that matchup between Timpanogos and Snow Canyon, especially in a state tournament like this when you're at a neutral site, it's a long day of baseball. Ooh, ow.
Gurney gets hit. Actually felt that one a little bit. Quite the reaction.
Yeah, that
as
one,
he moves his way over to first plate.
That one didn't feel too good, and that's going to be, how many is that? Well, that's the first that Riggs has hit today.
Riggs has hit 8 batters total throughout this season. That was number 9.
Anyway, like I was saying, with that matchup potentially tomorrow between these two teams, when you've got a neutral site game in a tournament, momentum is so huge. So if Snow Canyon comes out with a big start tomorrow and Timpanogos is taking their time to get into the game, it's going to be tough for the T-Wolves to hang in there against the Warriors.
Entz pops that one up for the second baseman, and with that we are quickly to 2 outs, top of the 6th, as Colton Schmidt makes his way to the plate. The ball is rattled, finds its way towards second base, sliding inside, waiting for the call.
It's going to be safe. That ball never made it to the shortstop. Throw was low, skipping. He kind of had to run out. You see off-balance throws. He's trying to lean that body forward. Luckily, the throw hit the sliding Gurney and stayed in the infield.
That's 2 baseballs to the left shoulder of Ashton Gurney in about 2 minutes. Probably going to feel a little welt on that side tonight. Still up is Colton Schmidt.
And if you score here in this inning, it's not going to hurt as bad later today, but if you lose this game, it's really going to hurt.
The loser to play the Crimson Cliffs tomorrow at 11 a.m. Loser of that one will go home as that ball's fouled out by Schmidt.
Yep, double elimination style tournament here. This is the second bracket that we're playing in the early part of today. Snow Canyon already moved on. Crimson Cliffs already lost. So then the loser of tomorrow's game would play the winner of that Crimson Cliffs and at this moment Park City game.
Dixie versus Ridgeline, the number 1 seed versus the number 8 coming up at 4:30. About 90 minutes from now, just a little bit over 90 minutes from now. 1-2 the count, 2 outs for the Miners. Just one more opportunity after this one as we're in the top of the 6th. Timpanogos looking to capture another state championship. As the crowd didn't seem to like that one, it's called a ball.
Strike zone's been pretty consistent for me today. Obviously, it's high school, so you still have some kind of holes in the zone, if you will, but I haven't seen anything too bad yet. That right there is never a strike. I understand the frustration from the Timpanogos side, but they're also sitting on the third baseline, so everything's going to look like a strike to them.
A little bit of a point of view disturbance for Timpanogos, making their voices heard over there in the dugout. Full count, 2 outs. And with that, Schmidt is walked.
There was a very light sound on that where it's potential that ball skimmed the handle of the bat, like the very knob on the bottom of the bat, but nobody caught it, so he's going to go to first.
quick conference between rigs. Fresh count, 2 outs, as Royal Matthews makes his way to the plate. Royal Matthews, 0 for 2 today. He'll swing at that one, and it'll be a strike.
Recognized the spin on that one right as he started the hands, tried to stop it in time, but just couldn't. If those wrists break or if that bat crosses parallel with the front of the plate, that's going to be a swing every time.
Schmidt finds his way back to first base. Landed underneath the legs of the first baseman, Cooper Richards. Royal Matthews will miss that one. It'll be strike 2. A good look, but Chase Riggs just ahead of him on that one.
And he's eager, too. You could see it on those last 2 swings, particularly. The first one got it going too early, recognized that pitch too late. That one was too early, too. Thought he saw a fastball out of the hand, and then it broke in towards him, and it was off the plate by the time it came across. Ooh, boy.
Your thoughts on that one?
That's a good pitch. 50-50. You'll get the call from the umpire, but it's been a really tight strike zone, and that one looked to be just off the plate. Again, though, we're at a bit of an angle up here, so it's not the best place to be calling balls and strikes.
Park City still scoreless. That one is batted to the infield, met by the shortstop to second base, and with that, we will turn tides once again. Timpanogos with the chance to stretch the lead on the other side of this one, live on KSLSports.com.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Bottom of the 6th in what has been a back-and-forth battle in some ways, specifically with the fielding and the pitching side of things, but Timpanogos on top by 2 with just one more inning to defend. But right now, the opportunity to stretch this lead.
Yeah, it's been a good late half of the ballgame for Timpanogos. The pitching struggled for a second there, but the defense made up for it. That one check swing foul.
Colin Morgan back up to bat. Oh for 2 on the day for the junior. .369 average, 31 hits this season.
Bottom of the 6th here now for Timpanogos. As the home team with the lead, this could be the last time they bat in this opening round. So insurance runs never hurt.
That one is swung, falls into a pile of green. And with that, Colin Morgan finds himself on first base. Good way to set the tone for the bottom of this 6th inning. Park City, the only team currently of the 8 teams in contention for the championship this week that played 3 total games this weekend. They had their backs against the wall. They had lost on Thursday. On Friday, they had to win back-to-back, and they did so in stellar fashion to best Pineview. And with that, they find themselves here once again back against the wall. No 3-game series, best of 3-game series here, as we'll get a quick meeting between the Park City Miners. What do you think's being said specifically to Jacob DeVries?
Well, I mean, look, we kind of touched on this at the beginning of the broadcast in one of their keys to the game, but Park City's battle tested. They've been through it. Like you just said, the only team that had to play 3 games this past weekend in the Super Regional round. They lost the first game by 5 runs, especially at home. That is tough to drop that first game on, I think it was Friday, and then go into Saturday knowing you've got to win 2 in a row just to keep playing. They managed to do it. 4-0 shutout in the first game of that Saturday, 7-4 in the second one that decided the series. And that's how they got here. But Timpanogos 21-2 and then 9-3 against Stansbury in their super regional games. So it's a very, very tough team that they've been put up against here. As battle-tested as they are, this is going to be one of the hardest games they've played all year, and it just might be a little too tough for them today.
Jacob DeVries will be moved, and now the senior Jake Diamond will make his way to the mound to close things out. A 4.67 ERA, 9 appearances on the season, a 1-1 record, 15 innings pitched with 15 Ks as well.
Yes, Park City team definitely not bad by any means. They've got some really good wins here. Juan Diego they beat in a series, 1 on the road, 1 at home. Took down Tooele 2-1 in a series. But yeah, the really tough teams that they've faced, the only other team in this tournament that they've faced this year, well, the 2 other teams, Desert Hills, who we're going to see next against Bear River, 7-0 they lost to Desert Hills, and then Dixie beat them 13-3. So as good as they are, they might just be facing a mountain that's a little too steep this week.
Park City, one of the smaller 4A schools in terms of total students up there in the Wasatch back, as Jake Diamond gets warmed up.
Really talented school, though. We've seen them in state tournaments for pretty much all the major sports. I called the football semifinal at the U against Park City for Green Canyon. The Miners had a really great 10-1 season, but got shut out 21-0 by Green Canyon. And something we talked about in that broadcast is their region is just not that strong. And that's one of the things that they find out when they come to these tournaments is their regular season competition is not on the level of some of these other teams.
Jackson Sotelo, the junior, back up to bat, 0 for 2 on the day. No outs, 1 ball, 1 runner on first. There's a quick attempt.
Beautiful throw. Got him by about half a mile.
With that, first out is finished. Quick replay presented by Red Rock Real Estate.
Just way too shallow of a lead there to be stealing, and it was about time that throw was on target for Park City. They finally get one on the base paths.
That one rips over to the left side. Won't go to second, stays at first, and with that, right back in a position where they were a few moments ago. Jackson Sotelo on base.
Back-to-back singles there. Would have been nice to have Colin Morgan on third here because he's got the speed to get around second on that hit. But, if you're Timpanogos, you're not sweating too hard because, again, you've got a 2-run lead. You've kept Park City off the board for the entire afternoon. You've only got to get 3 more outs after you're done hitting here, and you might not be close to done hitting yet. Just depends on how this unfolds.
Dylan McWhorter currently up to bat. 0 for 1 today. Jackson Sotelo, that was his 30th hit of the season. Pair of stolen bases as well this season as he'll get checked back to first.
McWhorter took one off the hip in his last at-bat.
McWhorter thuds that one over to right field. It's picked up by the Miners, and with that, we have 2 outs. Still 1 on first. Nearing the waning moments of this bottom of the 6th. Park City going to have to pull off a whole lot in a few moments here if they want to bring themselves back into title contention.
It's not going to be easy either because they've got 8-9-1 due up. The Park City shortstop, though, Keller Hill, has had a pretty good day at the plate. Walked his last time up. Reached second in the 3rd inning.
Sotelo finds his way back home. At first, I shouldn't say home.
And that gun down at second has really increased Matthews' confidence here. He's trying to get that pickoff move behind the runner at first with that really big secondary.
Tyler Hunter bites down on that one. Doesn't connect. 1-1 the count. 2 outs. Hunter will foul that one back. A lot of heads turning back for that one. Looks like it went right into the scrum of spectators.
It just bounced off in the concourse to our right.
As long as everyone's safe.
Yeah, that net's good for the ones that come back at you quick, but if it goes up into the air, you got to keep an eye on it till it lands.
Sotelo looks to steal. He makes his way to second. He will be safe. Doesn't take the gamble and stays at second. Sotelo with his 3rd stolen base of the season.
Good pop time there again from Matthews, but just gripped the baseball wrong on that one. You could see when he whipped that one out, it started to spin on him. It sliced away from the bag.
2-2 the count. Tyler Hunter, the senior, 0 for 2 on the day. Looking to find his way onto base. With that, another foul ball.
Hunter's grounded out twice today. Would really like to get on base. Just about everyone else on this Timpanogos starting lineup has been on first at some point today.
Another ball flies backwards.
As a matter of fact, going back and looking through my score sheet, every single other batter today for Timpanogos has been to first base except for Hunter.
Hunter will foul once again, splitting hairs.
Oh, goodness.
But still unable to advance at the plate. 2-2 still the count.
Yeah, kept that one low enough that it had a chance to stay in fair territory, especially because we've got no wind here in this late part of the afternoon.
A lot more windy in our earlier game today. The ball was really manipulated by Mother Nature. This game, not so much the same. Another foul ball.
Yeah, like you said, lots of wind in that first game. It had a tendency to go from, it looked like almost left field over towards first base. It was working against the batters and then pushing everything to the right or left if you're playing defense. But it was something you had to keep an eye on for the first couple innings of this one, too, and then it just disappeared.
Cash McCann patiently awaiting. That one found by the left field, and with that, we will turn the tables once again. Park City with a lot to make up in this potential final inning of this one in this 4A Baseball State Championship. We'll step aside. You're watching Championship Baseball on KSLSports.com, presented by UCCU Credit Union. Back in a moment.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out, with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
2-0 still to score here at Cate Field as we move into the top of the 7th. Timpanogos looking to move to face off opposite Snow Canyon tomorrow. But that beautiful shot finds its way into the outfield. Keller Hill is going to score a double, and that's the best possible scenario for Park City as we move into dire times for them.
I'll be interested to see if they put that down as a double or a single and a fielding error on the right fielder there, because he bobbled that one as he tried to pick it up. You could see it kicked off the palm of his glove and then tried to scoop it up. So we'll see what the scoring decision is here in a second. But runner on second now with nobody out for Park City. It's exactly what they needed.
Keller Hill, his 5th time at that plate this season, his 14th hit of the season.
So it looks like that is going to go down as a double for Hill.
That one is batted into the infield. A quick slip, and with that, we're going to get a score at home plate. Keller Hill finds his way to score for the first time for Park City here today. McKinley able to score in the RBI with that beautiful single.
Boy, and you could see it there on the replay. That's why I just hate turf fields with all my heart and soul. The ball bounces like a lacrosse ball if it's got enough spin on it. We're not playing lacrosse.
Whole different tenor now, just 1 run away from tying this one up. Tage McKinley gets the bounce, and with that, the score is 2-1, still in favor of Timpanogos.
I'm interested to see, again, it's going to be another weird scoring decision here. Does Tage McKinley get the single there with an RBI? Does he get a single and the RBI comes in on the potential error from the second baseman? There's a lot of different ways you could look at that. But I think with the turf and the spin on that ball, I don't think it's going to be an error, so it should be an RBI single.
And now with a little bit of wind in the sails, Griffin Rogers makes his way up. Found a little bit of success earlier on today, looking to capitalize on the momentum swing. No outs, a runner on first. Already a score at the top of this 7th inning for the Miners. Patient on that one. as it'll be a ball for Chase Riggs.
Really, really, really good start to the inning by the bottom of the order for Park City. Get one on and even get one in with no outs for the top of the order.
That one inside the zone, and with that, count is 1-1.
And see just how battle-tested Park City is here.
Griffin Rogers.
Oh, what a play.
The diving catch at third.
They're going to call him out at second because the drop was on the transfer. Take a look at this replay. You can see the drop was almost generated by the slide there. It's a good slide to break up the double play, but clearly an out there, and then as he tries to move to throw to first, he drops that on the transfer.
Couple of bouncing shots for Park City on the inside.
Oh, they're going to make the umpires talk about this, but I agreed with that call about the transfer.
If we could take one more quick look at it on this Red Rock Real Estate replay.
A great diving stop by the third baseman. The throw, yeah, it's on the transfer for me. Because you could see in his footwork when he steps on the bag, catches the ball, then it's the feet separate as he tries to go make the throw. And they are gonna say that he is out.
First out for the Miners. 1 run needed to tie it. 2 to take the lead and force a bottom of the 7th.
Second fielder's choice of the day there for Rogers. And matter of fact, he's going to end up 0 for 4 on the day with 2 fielder's choices, a ground up to second, and reached on a E4. Really good off speed there. Must have been a little too low.
That one sizzles over to right. Seems to be a little bit of confusion with the base runners. Unsure of what happened there at second base. Let's take a quick look at the replay.
Goodness, yeah, it's just another really poor throw from the second baseman. You've got to be able to make that throw. It's one of the simplest throws on a baseball field. That's 4 errors for Timpanogos now. The fact that they're still in the lead of this game and it hasn't hurt them even more is outstanding.
That one finds its way straight through the center, rounding off over into home, looking to tie this thing up, and they will. Park City capitalizing in the waning moments of this one. A huge turn of events. It looked as though Timpanogos was going to run away with this one, but now we're all tied up. 2 runs apiece, only 1 out, and multiple Park City Miners on base.
Unbelievable turnaround here for Park City, and they got some help from Timpanogos too. Those errors are really going to hurt, and you feel so bad for Riggs coming off the field now. That first run that came in is going to be an earned run. The second one will not. So both of these pitchers now have 2 runs against and only 1 earned. Timpanogos is going to get another chance at the plate, though. So they're not in danger of getting walked off or anything. But they would not like to give Park City a lead for any reason.
Lots to look forward to now. It looked like Timpanogos was going to walk their way into a game against Snow Canyon. Now all momentum shifts towards Park City. Ashton Gurney will be the man up to bat up next. And Stockton, when it comes to a game like baseball, obviously you spent so much time clocked in on fields. How much of baseball is momentum, and how much are those errors now getting into the head of the Timberwolves late in this game?
Well, listen, a lot of people say that baseball is a boring sport, and I think it's hard to watch. It's because when you're watching on TV, you're not hearing all the mental processes that all these different fielders are going through at the same time. There's 9 different things that are being thought of at any given moment. You always have to think about who's on base, how many outs you have, what's the score, where's the ball going to go? If it goes here, where am I going to go with the ball? Where do I need to go if the ball doesn't come to me? All sorts of things that you're thinking about. You've got to keep your head in it, especially in a week like this. I've said it a couple times now for this game. It's just things are so much different on a neutral site in a state tournament when you know you've got to play all week and you know you've got to win basically 5 games here this week and only lose 1 if that. But 2 losses at any point this week and you're going home, your season's over. For a lot of these kids, your career's over. There's so much that's going through your head right now. And so in a slow game like this where everything starts to just come together at the very last second, it's really tough to stay locked in and stay focused, especially now if you're Timpanogos, because your pitcher put on a great 6 1/3. The defense failed him today, and so that's going to be in the back of the infield's mind for the rest of this inning.
Speaking of pitchers, a new one now, Brighton Tate, the senior, 1.95 ERA, 43 innings pitched this season. There's a foul ball. 41 total strikeouts for Tate.
Tate was playing third up until now, and so they've moved someone over to third base. Trying to get the number on that.
Gurney sends that one straight back. Not sure if it picked up in the mic, but that ball met us right here safely in the press box.
Thank goodness for thick windows.
2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Ashton Gurney 1 for 2 today. And a quick timeout.
Looks like it's Canyon Clegg over there at third now, number 8 for Timpanogos.
Can't be standing there. Can't be standing right there. It's raining.
Off the plate and pretty far outside for 1 and 2.
Brighton Tate will strike out Gurney. Now 2 outs with this game all tied up.
Good first at-bat there for Brighton Tate, and that's hard for a field player, position player, to come onto the mound after a full game. It's not like a relief pitcher who's been relaxing and warming up that arm all game. No, you've been soaking in that sun for the last 2 hours.
Lars Entz up to bat. That one falls far left. Entz 0 for 3 today. Averages .325. That one is going to be called a strike. It'll be 1-1. Last 2 innings of this game have really slowed down the pace. We literally got through 3.5 innings of this game in about 30 minutes or so. 2 hours in at this point, as that one bounces back over to the mound, and we will switch sides once again. Timpanogos has to answer back thanks to the late offensive surge by Park City. Back in 90 seconds live from Kate Field.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application.
Bottom of the 7th, 2-2. Timpanogos up to bat. Currently, Cash McCann up.
It's a dangerous spot. McCann hit a triple in the 5th inning. Came in to score 2 batters later on a sac fly. Bottom of the 7th here, Timpanogos, the home team, gave up 2 runs in the top of the 7th to tie this game. Errors playing a factor in that one. 4 errors for Timpanogos today and only 2 for Park City.
McCann is going to get struck out on that one. Took a second for the umpire to make the decision. Your thoughts on it?
It was weird because it was both a foul tip that was caught and a check swing. So it would have been out either way, even if the swing didn't go. Now the Timpanogos coach is going to come down and ask again.
Timpanogos back down at 4A for the first time since 2017.
I think we might have a pinch hitter here. Yes, we do. Jace Hunter.
Jace Hunter, the sophomore, current batting average of 143. Hasn't gotten a ton of reps at the plate up to this point, but seems as though Kim Nelson feels like he's the man to make some moves as he'll pop that one out into right field. It is picked up by the Miners, and with that, a second out with extra innings, just 1 out away.
Man, what a turnaround this is going to be for Park City if they do pull this off. For Crimson Cliffs, though, if they're still around here, I see a couple different Crimson sweatshirts and hats. They do not want Timpanogos to win this game, so they're going to be cheering for Park City as that is a hit by pitch with 2 outs.
Harding hit, showed some frustration. Jake Diamond, only his second time hitting a batter this season. Threw the bat down immediately, and we'll get Dash McCann now over at first base. Luke Livingston back up. Livingston 1 for 2 on the day.
Looks like a mound visit here, too, for Park City, so and we're not going to see another pitcher. There's nobody up in the bullpen.
Your thoughts on Jake Diamond coming in, replacing DeVries earlier on in the game? He's done a pretty solid job, kept the Timberwolves at bay up to this point.
Yeah, DeVries gave up that second run that Timpanogos put on there, so he's been somewhat clean since. Just you can't lose it here at the last second. He's looking pretty solid. That hit by pitch is it very well just could be a one-off, but especially now with 2, 3, 4 coming up, 2 outs, you don't want to put anyone in scoring position here. Just take care of Livingston and move on to extras. So much for a short game, though.
A scorer would win the game. Currently, Livingston up to bat. 1 runner at first in McCann. He'll get checked back at first base. Jake Diamond, the man on the mound. Livingston will foul that one behind the plate. 0-1 the count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Couple of tight games. Snow Canyon, that was a close one. 3-2 win. Obviously this one, the comeback by Park City, led by their senior core, willing their way into this one.
Yeah, that Cliff Snow Canyon game was a lot of fun because it opened up with some pretty big offensive explosions. Cliffs put up 1 in the top of the first, and then Snow Canyon put up 2 in the bottom. They went back and forth like that for 3 innings and then settled down for the rest of the game. This has been the opposite. Oh, that's drilled.
That one is going deep back. The ball is lost, and with that, the scoring run could finish this one. There it is. Timpanogos is moving on to the second round.
Wow. Wow. Again, it's a ball hit over the head of the right fielder as he is just down in disbelief on the turf. The Miners did everything they could late in the game, but just, left it a little too late. If you could put up some runs earlier in the game, you're not in this position to get walked off, and they just couldn't put it together earlier. Finally got something doing in that top of the 7th, but that ball just hit a little too well. Other crazy thing about that ball, it was hit a foot too long to be a ground rule double. If that ball was hit a foot shorter, it would have bounced over the fence, and we would have had runners at second and third there.
Luke Livingston launches that one out into right field and ices the game for the Timpanogos Timberwolves. The 5A state defending champions are going to move forward and face opposite Snow Canyon tomorrow night at 4:30. As for Park City, the comeback was just too short, and with that, they will face the Crimson Cliffs tomorrow at 11 a.m. What a game it was. What a close. We thought we were headed to extra innings. Luke Livingston had different plans.
Yeah, excellent game from Livingston. Had a single in the 6th, now a triple in the, single in the 5th. Now a triple in the 7th to win it. 2 RBIs for Livingston on the sac fly in the 3rd, and the game winner in the bottom of the 7th. Timpanogos Snow Canyon is going to be a real good game tomorrow, and that is going to be at 4:30 p.m.
We will step away for just a moment. A couple of words from some of our sponsors live on KSLSports.com, presented by UCCU Credit Union. Back in a few moments with some talk about what was the game of the week thus far.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegber from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Final score 3-2 as Timpanogos bests Park City in what was a nail-biter coming down to close. Blake O'Ruin alongside Stockton Jukes to put a cap on this one. Stockton, your thoughts on just those final moments? It really went back and forth there. Lots of fun.
Yeah, again, polar opposite of our first game. You know, just to be blunt, really boring game through the first 3 innings of action, and then things started to pick up, really slowed down. The last 3 innings took 3 times as long as the first 3, and that's when we got all our action. But it was a lot of fun, and Park City made it interesting at the very end too. You got to give the Miners credit. You know, they are in fact battle tested. They do have a really good record on the season, but Timpanogos just a little bit better, and they proved it in that bottom of the 7th.
Again, the final score 3-2 in favor of the Timberwolves. We look at the differential in hits, 6-7 in favor of Timpanogos. Just one more run, one more hit. But the stark difference was the errors, which kept the Miners in the game.
Yeah, insane 5 errors for Timpanogos, 2 for Park City. Somehow, Timpanogos didn't allow any runs off of those errors until that very last inning. Ended up tying the game because of those errors, but still pulled off the win. That's the difference between good and great teams. Even when you have a really tough day on defense, you still have the offensive capability to get over the hump. Timpanogos is going to be a dangerous team for Snow Canyon. You know, Snow Canyon, I think, is probably the best team that we've seen so far today, but Timpanogos is going to be a tough test for them.
All right, before we roll credits on this one, our Findlay Subaru star of the game, it's got to go to Luke Livingston. I would assume that's who you picked, but I got to get your thoughts.
Yeah, no question on that. He went 2 for 3 with a sac fly as well. So a single, triple, 2 RBIs, sac fly, lined out to the second baseman in the second at-bat of the day, and that could have been a base hit too. Just a really nice jump from the Park City second baseman, who went on to have a tough game too. So unlucky there for Livingston. Could have been a perfect 3 for 3 in the sac fly, but really excellent game for Livingston, and he is the difference in this one.
45 minutes away from Dixie versus Ridgeline, the number 1 seed versus the number 8 seed. Our third of 4 games here today on this Monday of a week full of 4A baseball state championship games. Your thoughts on just that game coming up in just a couple of moments?
Ridgeline's a fun team. I like watching them play ball. Been up in Region 11. I'm a student at Utah State, so I live up in Region 11, and I see those games a lot, working for radio stations up there. It's a lot of fun. It's a really good baseball team, but they are the 8th seed in this tournament for a reason. Not the strongest team in this tournament by any means. Probably not the strongest out of the region either, with Bear River, the region champions, and I think the 4 seed come into this next game against the 5 seed. No, they are the 5 seed, so they'll be the away team in the Bear River Desert Hills matchup that'll close off the night tonight. But yeah, Ridgeline is a good team, a tough team. They've got the potential to put on some offensive fireworks as well. They took down Provo 7-2 and 14-5 in the regionals this last weekend. But Yeah, nothing's going to come easy this week.
A nail-biter late in favor of Timpanogos as they take care of business. Again, they will face off against Snow Canyon tomorrow night at 4:30. As for Park City, they will face opposite Crimson at 11 a.m. Thank you so much for watching this production on KSLSports.com presented by UCCU Credit Union. For Blake Arulian, Stockton Jukes, our man Devin Dixon producing this, as well as Paulie Ratliff manning the camera. We thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all in a couple of moments.